And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and our goal is to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so that we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, we want you to save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Yeah, give us a call or a text at that hotline number, 813-670-7372. And make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. We've got 80 plus show partners here associated with the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we're talking about CPAs, financial advisors, all types of home services, health, nutrition, marketing, all types of companies that they take time out of their busy schedules. They come on the air to educate and entertain and help us live a better life and help you as a consumer and me as a consumer advocate. So it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Connor Keller back in studio. Insect IQ.
Hi, Brandon. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yeah, man. A lot of good stuff.
You know, they say birds of a feather flock together. Well, I'm up to my ears in birds right now, and I'd love to talk about it.
Nice. Okay. That time of year, huh?
That is.
They truly do fly south for the winter.
They do, and they make a mess and destroy everything. And
boat docks and
boat docks, buildings, churches. So
yeah.
We'll talk about that today.
Yeah, Connor Keller, he's our expert contributor in the space of insect control, termite pest control, all types of rodents, animals. So if you have something like that happening, insectiq.com is your number one resource. Fred Muth, the Tin Man, back in the studio. Welcome in, sir.
I'm so glad to be here. Great to work with you guys. I've worked with Connor in the past. Connor, you got to remember, the bugs are the catalyst to our business. If it wasn't for them, I don't know what we'd be doing.
Uh-oh, don't kill them. Don't kill the bugs.
They don't bug me at all. So
we keep them out. If they get away from him, we keep them out of the screen room.
Yeah, that's right. You got the screen room, that beautiful addition to the back of your home. Just a great opportunity. Tampa Screens and Aluminum. And making his debut to the Quarterback Show, Joe DeRing, Empower Adventures of Tampa Bay. Welcome in, sir.
Zip on, Brandon. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, long time coming here, right?
For sure.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while, and I know you guys did your launch, and just everything's going really well, and what a great community to be in there in the Oldsmar area.
For sure. They've been nothing but supportive. Really happy to be there.
Yeah, awesome, man. So we're going to talk about today. Give us a little teaser. What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about zip lining and how we can get people outside of their comfort zone and help individuals and groups find their best selves.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Personal development is one of my favorite things. You know, I'm always on an audiobook or podcast. I've been to Tony Robbins business mastery courses, all types of different courses. And this is one thing that, you know, as a business owner, maybe, maybe just a mom, maybe you're a single parent out there, you know, this is a way that you can empower yourself to live a better life. I mean, getting outside of your comfort zone, you're going to stretch yourself. You know, you're going to find things, qualities about yourself that you may not know just by doing the same old routine every day. This is going to get you outside, especially for businesses, organizations, clubs. You know, if you want to create some really strong camaraderie, we're going to talk a lot about that today with Empower Adventures of Tampa Bay. So this is something that's going to be really exciting for you today here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got to give a shout out to our official hotel partner right on Treasure Island Beach, Bilmar Beach Resort. It's on Gulf Boulevard and Treasure Island, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for years, and it's a great place. I love going down there and hanging out at the beach and just kind of getting away from the hustle and bustle of Tampa. You kind of come over those bridges, and it's like, whew, you know, it just feels like it settles down a little bit. Of course, they've got Sloppy Joe's right on site. The restaurant, you got awesome pools, spas, all kinds of cool stuff to enjoy. Now, make sure you give them a call. talk to Mary or Clyde over there at Bilmar Beach Resort. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and they're going to give you some special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. So we greatly appreciate that. And as you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty. I'm a top listing agent here. Not only in Tampa Bay, also top 1% realtor in the United States of America. We've got a great team here in Tampa Bay, and I've got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 109 18th Avenue South in St. Petersburg. This is a beautiful property just listed, and it's got an income potential, 8 bedrooms, 4 bath, $529,000, motivated owner. And it's just gorgeous on the inside. He's done a lot of repairs, a lot of renovations, rather. Beautiful property, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, detached in-law apartment, and that has another separate 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, and a 3-car garage right there in St. Petersburg, that 33705 zip code. Just a beautiful property. And I got another opportunity for you, maybe a starter family here, or maybe it's an investment for someone. 3591 79th Way North in St. Petersburg, another beautiful property in Pinellas County, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. You got a carport there, $199,000. Great investment opportunity. Lovely 3-bedroom home, and right in a beautiful area of Tampa Bay. Hot properties, compliments of PlatinumMVPRealty.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, let's jump right into it. We got Connor Keller here. He's a wealth of knowledge in the areas of termite and pest control, rodents. You do a lot with honeybees as well. So this time of the year, you say specifically the birds are causing a nuisance.
Well, in the wintertime, things seek shelter. As living things, we need food, water, shelter to survive. So as the temperature drops, if the environment's right, if the conditions are there, the birds are going to go inside as well, especially in large commercial structures. Right now, I'm working on a project at the Trinity it's the Trinity Lutheran Church of St. Petersburg. We get that right. And they basically have pigeons that are going into the sanctuary. They're in the belfry.
Oh, no.
They're just all over the place, and they're roosting all over. It's a 100-year-old structure. It's a beautiful structure in downtown St. Petersburg, but lots of ledges, lots of edges to roost on. They're using the bathroom everywhere, so you have pigeon droppings running down the side of the building.
Oh, man.
Facing the building. And then the health issues. You get pigeons carry all sorts of disease. There are droppings. You have dead birds that are present. So all of that needs to be cleaned up. And really the core of my business is protecting people, their property, and their health. That's what motivates me in life.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an important part of it. We've talked about everything from alligators to, the termites and pest control, and I think people don't realize, termites cause more damage than hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, everything combined, right? Fires on an annual basis.
Most people have zero protection for it. Typically your homeowner's insurance is not going to cover termite damage in your structure. You'd have to purchase an additional rider. I've never seen one. And that comes to a shock to most people. You move into a house, you're fixing it up, you're enjoying it, and then a couple years later, termites come pouring out of the wall, or you go to open up a wall and repair it, and you find damage. It could be as little as a couple $1,000s. I've seen damage claims upwards of $70,000 or $80,000, and most people don't have that in a savings account,
right,
to make a repair like that. And the best thing, though, this is all completely preventable. We can do an inspection, do a treatment. Protect the structure from termites. We do annual inspections to make sure that the treatment hasn't failed. And then, of course, we make recommendations for pest prevention as we go.
And one of the things also I know that it's on the forefront of people's minds today is, how much of this is natural applications, natural, to the environment versus harsh chemicals and things like that.
So that's a great question. There's a concept in urban pest management. It was actually developed in agriculture. It's called integrated pest management. But that's really looking at the avenues, sources, and conditions in and around the structure and addressing those. Examples would be like keeping the shrubs cut back from the house, keeping the mulch less than 2 inches in the landscape beds, keeping the gutters clean, installing things like screens and so you can enjoy your patio or your pool. We talked about fencing. All these barriers that you put around your property are barriers that would help keep pests and other unwanted animals from entering your property or your house.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. We're talking with Connor Keller. He's the owner of Insect IQ, insectiq.com here locally in Tampa Bay. And Connor, one of the other things is, what about new construction? As you know, I've talked to you about our home. We're building a home, my wife and I, and I don't understand. What do we need to do on a new construction side?
Sure, another great question. Actually, the state of Florida requires that the builder treat the house preventatively for subterranean termites, so you're protected there. Of course, the builder is going to choose the least expensive treatment that the state will allow that meets the statutes. That's typically a conventional liquid repellent termiticide. It's designed to basically poison the soil underneath your house. So as termites come up to the foundation, they're repelled. Being in Florida, we have sandy, loomy soils. The house settles. We get weather, rain. So that treatment's going to naturally break down over time. Typically, they last maybe 3 to 5 years, and then you have virtually no protection. As I said before, most homeowners wait until they have damage or have termites to do something about it, but it is completely preventable.
Yeah, and we built with pilings. You know, we're on close to the lake there, right on the lake, and you got a lot of organics in the ground and pilings. Does that change anything?
Well, most of those pilings are going to be pressure treated in some way, but even pressure treated wood is susceptible to termite damage. That pressure treatment will break down over time. I've seen termites eat right through pressure treated wood. The other thing to consider when you're building a house is pests. You know, when the house is open during construction, during different phases, you're going to have things like cockroaches, ants, spiders enter the house. So it's a good idea to have the house treated prior to moving in and then having regular maintenance, pest prevention to keep those pests out.
Yeah, I like it. And of course, you know, we will, when we come back into the break, I want to ask you one more question about these midges and these mosquitoes, and that you know, that you hear a lot of stories about, man, those things are going to be rough in your backyard. I want to bring that question to light when we come back on the other side of this break. Also, we got our feel-good story of the day. A woman reunited with lost wedding ring. I truly have been gifted a Christmas miracle. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, also the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Real excited about a lot of the growth with our company. We've got a lot of good things happening, attracting buyer agents to our team and helping our buyers, sellers, and investors out there. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And Brothers Easy Moving is our moving partner. Now, if you're planning a move, these guys are awesome. They're friendly, they're efficient, they're fast, and they do what they say they're going to do. Brothers Easy Moving, they strive to be the best movers in Tampa Bay and by exceeding your expectations from the first phone call to the final customer courtesy call. And they are among the best reviewed movers in the Tampa Bay area, where they hold a 4.6 rating, the highest in the Tampa Bay area. They have an A rating from the Better Business Bureau, Angie's List, a 4.5 on Yelp as well. And they are the recipients of the Super Service Award multiple times. So reach out to Brothers Easy Moving for all of your moving needs. Brothers Easy Moving is the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in the studio. We got a great lineup for you. We got Connor Keller in the house, Insect IQ coming up, Fred Muth, aka the Tin Man, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, and then later in the show we got Joe DeRing as well, Empower Adventures of Tampa Bay. So I wanted to ask you that question. You know, the mosquitoes, the midges. What do you do to prevent these things?
Well, you're talking about vectoring insects, and basically they're attracted to humans or mammals in general. As we expel carbon dioxide, that's what they vector in on, and then of course feed on us. There's several dozen species of mosquitoes in Florida. You have your daytime container breeders, your daytime biters like Aegis aegypti. Those are the mosquitoes that were associated with Zika and dengue fever. Then you have our coastal mosquitoes that are more morning, dusk and dawn feeders. And so a lot of times you want to avoid those times, dusk and dawn. If you go outside, of course, wear long sleeve, long pants, mosquito repellent. There's some things you can do also to prevent these conditions around your house. If you regularly inspect your property, look for pots, old tires, anything that's going to collect water and turn those over, that eliminates a lot of the conducive conditions that attract the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes aren't flying from a mile away. They're living and breeding around your area, around your home. They harbor during the day in the plants and the shade, and move around the property as the sun moves overhead. So a lot of that can be eliminated. A lot of those conditions can be eliminated by things like keeping the shrubs cut back from the house. I mentioned potted containers, tires, anything that's going to hold water. But then also you can have a professional mosquito abatement program, especially during the spring, summer, and fall when mosquitoes are most active. Insect IQ, we offer a program where we come out and we do that inspection for you. We look at your property. We look for conducive conditions that can be changed or adjusted that would lessen the ripe environment for mosquito activity. And then we treat those harbor areas, the shaded areas, the landscape around your house. And then we go out onto the property and do an expanded perimeter, treat the, it's basically 2 layers of treatment. So as mosquitoes vector into your property, they're repelled or stopped. If they try to harbor or land in those areas, they're eradicated by the residual insecticides. And then we come out on a monthly basis to maintain that. So the treatment's going to last about 3 to 4 weeks. And being outside in the environment with the rain and wind, that's going to break down, and that's why we do it on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it's important to have those monthly treatments and be careful with the DIY, the do-it-yourself type scenarios. We've seen that as well, and it sometimes can prove to be lethal. We've seen people die through different mismanagement of the pesticides under the home.
Most people don't
very frustrating.
Read the labels, just like when it's Christmas time, I get that bicycle for my child and I don't read the directions and I put it together and there's a couple bolts left. Like, oh, I did something wrong. Well, people make that same mistake on a daily basis with pesticides.
That's right.
And insecticides. It's something you should leave up to the professional.
And you're harming the environment when you do that as well. Connor Keller, InsectIQ.com. More from Connor coming up in the program as well in our lightning round. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. What's going on, man?
There's always a lot to talk about when it comes to construction. We have a new product here on what I talk about it. We have the Renaissance line now. We are now a dealer. That's nice. This is very much a step above the standard screen room, and I'll talk about some of that going through the show. But I would want to mention what Connor was talking about with the treatments of the ground. You know, I guess you realize that when we pour a concrete slab, we are required to treat all of the disturbed soil at that point before the slab goes in.
Correct. Any new slab that's poured, it's in the building code, and then it references Florida Statutes 482 in regards to that.
Yeah,
very cool.
Concrete man comes in, digs forms, sets the steel, calls for the termite treatment. Termite treatment comes in, then they tag the permit. That way, when the inspector comes out, he sees the tag and he passes it. In theory, any disturbed soil will invite termites in. Is that correct?
Well, it's actually more the slab itself. We call them guidelines. So any hard, non-porous surface to a termite, it's just like a tree root, and they'll follow it to a stump. So if you think about an oak tree falls down, you have that root system that stays in the ground. Termites find that hard surface and follow it to a food source. So from a behavior standpoint, it's the same thing. They'll also follow plumbing, cable lines, concrete, sidewalk, all of that up to your house, and then eventually find a way in and start consuming the wood in your house. And that's why we treat the soil preventatively to keep that from happening.
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. What about elevated lines and stuff like that from a power pole and things like that? So you're
looking more in like animals in that standpoint.
Yep.
And every day we get calls for screens that are damaged by squirrels. They love to chew through screen. They chew on the aluminum. And that's all, a regularly occurring problem.
Kind of like sharpening their teeth, I bet, right?
Yeah. And they're noisy. We have them in our house, and I'm in the screen business. We have a nice big enclosure. They're constantly out there making noise.
Yeah.
4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. We don't need the alarm clock. The squirrels wake us up, and they do. They chew on the aluminum.
They do.
I don't get it. Anyway, either way.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Anyway, the Renaissance line, the product is phenomenal, and this extrusions are much thicker and heavier than the standard screen room extrusion. Hopefully we can see
that. Looks really nice, Fred. Yeah.
And of course we have the rafters. Everything is a powder coated aluminum. This can be built with or without screen walls. We can have on the top, we can have the standard insulated composite roof, or we can have a clear roof on this. Very, very nice.
So out of state, you might not need the screens. Is that
out of state? You may not need the screens. That's correct. And in some cases, you could build the job and then screen it later if you like.
Right.
And I've sold several of these in the past, not of this caliber, not of this line. The product that has been available and still is available and competes with this is basically a piece-to-piece add-on product. And I was never comfortable with selling it, but people wanted it. Prior to this being in existence, that's what we would sell. This is a nice product. And our company just, Ricky, Ricky, Richard's son, he just sold a nice big one, nice big project. So that's going to be a very good referral for us.
Yeah, I like that.
Something a little different than the average screen room. The screen rooms, they're nice, but it's when you can enhance your product line with this.
I met another, maybe a good referral partner for you yesterday. I met Jeremiah over at the J. Smith, the Snoop Dogg, and referred him a Snoop inspection. He is the portable docks. So he does the portable docks. Those things are awesome. You don't need a permit. You put basically like a metal galvanized pole in the ground, and it comes like Lego set. If you want, I think they're 5x10. So you do 5x10, 5x10. You got a 20-piece deal there. You got the walkways, but it's kind of similar to this, in effect that.
Well, you got my attention when you said no permit.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And the advantage is, if the water level of the lake or the river rises, these floating docks go with it.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
They're very nice. Great.
And he said they're more affordable than the traditional build dock.
Sure.
But I need to introduce you to him. That might be a good referral partner for you.
I would like to meet him.
Yeah.
By the way, Brandon, you are the real estate man. You just took care of a sale of one of our properties.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
It was painless. The next thing you know, we were putting the money in the bank.
That's right. Yeah.
Thanks again.
That's how we like it. Yeah. Thank you as well. And it was vacant land. Nice vacant land. Somebody was able to build on it.
Unimproved. Let's go. Improve that property. I want to monitor it. I want to watch it. I want to see what I missed.
Yeah. Now what are they going to do? They got to relocate some of those tortoises.
Oh, is
that right?
That's not a good subject because again, me being an animal lover myself, my heart goes out to the tortoise. They better relocate them. And I believe the county will keep a very good eye on that.
I think they have to.
It's the state that comes in and does it. And you want to talk about a process that involves backhoes. And I mean, it is amazing. I looked into it at one point and walked away. I said, that's something I'll pass on and do.
Yeah.
So.
Too much red tape.
Permits and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. So Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, reach out to him for all your in-between spaces, right, Fred?
You've coined that phrase. I use it every time.
Yeah, man.
I used it yesterday, and the guy says, gee, where'd you come up with that? I go, it wasn't my idea. I said, but I use it all the time. And of course, this guy, he's from out of state, and he's the guy that wanted a lanai. Didn't even know what a lanai was. And I called it the in-between space. Now he's calling all his friends, telling, he's on the phone. Do you want some in-between space down here in Florida?
Yeah.
Because we got the job, so I'll be getting more work from this fellow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, such a nice place here, in Florida, especially this time of year. These next couple of months, we got some nice weather. It seems like the mosquitoes aren't out this time of year either, right? And it's a little cool for them.
Cold's taking care of that, and then it has to rain.
And it has to rain.
Thing. But I mean, I was getting eaten up by mosquitoes last night. Put my Christmas lights up, so they're still there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially in the dusk and dawn.
They're coming back to get you. It's revenge.
I have sweet blood.
Yeah, and Connor posted that picture last month. He had his bee suit on, and they got in there and got him.
Oh yeah, that was a huge yellow jacket.
Yellow jacket.
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
Oh yeah, definitely. I get stung every day.
They come in there.
Job.
They find a hole somehow, huh?
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I thought my job was tough,
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So stay with us. Yeah.
How you doing with your screen up there at the house? Did they use the Naseum product?
We're still finishing up on the inside, but hopefully, man, we got to close this thing out. We're hoping the next 8 to 10 days.
Man,
So.
I hope so. It's a beautiful place.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show. We got our all-star lineup for you today. Connor Keller, Fred Muth, Joe DeRing coming up as well. Empower Adventures of Tampa Bay. Talk about ziplining and ways that you can bring some nice corporate culture to your business. Maybe employ your club, bring them in and do some really cool stuff. Also, our feel-good story is a good one. Woman reunited with lost wedding ring. I truly have been gifted a Christmas miracle. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show and owner of Platinum MVP Realty. Also launched a company called the Business Growth Celebrity Academy with Ken Shamrock, the ultimate fighting champion, WWF legend, Ken Shamrock. He's our business partner on that. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We're kind of the prequel to our launch of the Business Growth Celebrity Academy, where we're teaching people how to start their own show, grow their celebrity. BGCA.co is the website for that, BGCA.co. So check that out. We'd love to hear your feedback on it. And have a lot of fun here in studio today. Connor Keller in the house, Fred Muth, and also Joe DeRing coming up. I want to let you know about a couple of hot listings that we've got, a couple of hot real estate properties, compliments of Platinum MVP Realty. This one's 4212 Thistle Terrace Place in Valrico. River Hills Country Club, beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. Gated community, 4 bedrooms, 2 full bath. You also have a half bath, pool home with tons of solar. He's got like 27 solar panels on top of the home. It's producing like excess energy as well. If you see the drone photography, it's really cool setup that he's got. He drives a Tesla. He's got his car. You know, he's not buying any fuel for his car, for his vehicle. Beautiful property here, just listed, aggressively priced at $439,000. Owner's motivated, wants to make a deal on it. We got a property in Pinellas County here, 10775 Hudson Lane in Largo. This is beautiful as well. Bayview Estates of Indian Rocks. So close to the beach. $399,000 just reduced here as well. Welcome to your beautiful new 3-bedroom, 2-bath, modern style home that's close to the beach. Lots of windows, makes it light and bright. And a beautiful master suite that's spacious as well. $399,000. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. A couple of hot real estate properties there. Somewhere sunny and 75. All right, so coming up, we've got a woman reunited with lost wedding ring. Interesting story as well, coming in our feel good segment. But let's talk to Joe DeRing here. Joe DeRing, Empower Adventures of Tampa Bay, and Joe. Some good stuff, man. I've done zip lining in Jamaica and Cozumel on different cruises, but it's really cool, man. It's just the way you can kind of step outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure. We love helping people get outside of their comfort zone. We're the only guided zip line adventure in Tampa Bay, and opened 2.5 years ago here in Oldsmar, and love getting people outside their comfort zone. We have our zip line course is over 3,000 feet of zip lining, obstacle courses, leaping and jumping obstacles, as well as a little bit of personal growth there as well.
That's awesome, man. So do you have you ever hosted, or would you look to host any of those like Tough Mudders or those different types of things, or is that something different?
Yeah, we're always open to the possibility of different adventures, but ultimately what we like to do is try to get people to get off the ground and take on those high ropes elements, take on that fear, that challenge, and help them overcome that. And we do that for Weekend Warriors. We do that as our fun recreational product, as well as, for groups and corporate teams, executive teams, organizations, sports teams, kind of bring them all together to have that common experience where they're all a little bit vulnerable up there on heights, and they have to get over that challenge and fear together. Yeah,
it's beautiful. We got the, if you're watching our television show version, we've got a beautiful display of pictures and different still shot photography showing the exact landscape of what he's offering there at
Those
Empower
pictures
Adventures.
There were the Tampa Bay Lightning. They came out and did a team building event with us prior to last season, and so they had a pretty good season. So it worked.
That's awesome. Yeah, they've got a great thing going over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we just need a little bit of that to translate to the Buccaneers team.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe get them over there. Have they been there yet?
Yeah, that's the key.
Have they been there?
No, not yet.
See, that's what they need to do then.
They're too lazy for that stuff.
So Empower Adventures right there in Oldsmar. Great location, centrally located to almost everywhere in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it really is. It's about 20 minutes to downtown Tampa, and then another 20 over to the beach. So really centrally located, right off of Tampa Road, Hillsborough Ave there, just south of the racetrack road
intersection. I love it. I've lived in that area a long time over in Bayport, but just a great area. So what can someone expect? Let's talk to the middle manager now, maybe the C-class executive that's saying, this sounds interesting. We're on the business network here, the Wall Street Business Network. We got a weekend show on the Bone. So let's talk to that manager right now. What can you offer someone like that wants to grow their sales? They want to grow their business. They want to create that team culture.
Yeah, ultimately it all starts with trust. And once you can build that culture of trust and a sense of trust amongst the people on your team, then the sky's the limit. You can't just build trust by being in the grind day in and day out and doing your job. You have to get outside of that. You have to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And ultimately get outside of your comfort zone. And by bringing your team together in an adventure where they're going to get outside of their comfort zone, it's going to be different. They're going to create memories. They're going to create relationships or solidify existing relationships. All of that experience together just innately will help build trust.
Yeah.
Not only will they have fun, it'll be a memorable time together. They'll have something to talk about over the water cooler for weeks to come, and they'll have all the pictures to share, with it as well.
Yeah, I like that. So the ability to, to fortify the relationships in the office, the ability to, overcome some of those fears and, get outside the normal day-to-day grind. I like that idea. It's kind of like the, Stephen Covey's book. He talks about the two guys, they're sawing on the wood. They're the one guy's going hard and he just takes a break. He stops. The other guy says, "What are you doing? Why are you stopping? You're going to lose time here." He said, "No, I'm taking a break. I'm going to sharpen my saw." And then he comes back and, of course, saws it a lot faster. The tree falls faster. So it's kind of that idea of, personal development, improving yourself and building that camaraderie.
For sure. And we do it very in an intimate, really, atmosphere because we have our guides, our facilitators make sure, of course, being up high, 60 to 70 feet off the ground, zip-lining over 3,000 feet of zip line cable, there's a safety component that goes into it.
Right.
So the facilitators make sure everybody's safe, but they also facilitate the lessons learned, the way you can muster the challenge,
right?
The courage to get over the fear, and the way you can come together as a team. And so that's what the adventure is all about. And whether you're there recreationally, just having a good time with your family and kids or friends, or you're there as a group of coworkers or colleagues, the value of that facilitation is priceless.
Yeah. I never forget. We went to Cozumel probably 3 or 4 years ago. My daughter was, probably around 8 or 9 at the time, maybe 10. And, we're climbing the thing on the way up. It's just really cool. It's like an older building. Yeah. Some kind of a spiral, but it was like a concrete building that's been there for a long time. And it had that feel to it. So we get to the top and she's like, "No, I'm not doing it." She's freaking out. And I'm like, "Brent, no, we came all this whole way." So you have to coach them sometimes.
Absolutely.
So we're like coaching. You're like, "No, you got to do it. We're already here now. We can't go down. We're sorry. You have to do it."
Yeah.
So she did it. She overcame her fear, and it took a lot of convincing. But so tell me some success stories. Have you seen that happen?
Absolutely. We teach that all the time. That level 1 leadership, the leadership of self, and to be able to muster the courage to get over challenge, adversity, and fear and temptation in your life. And so if you have that ability, it's the most important human skill we can master, really.
Yeah.
If you have that skill, then the sky's the limit.
That leadership skill, is that
exactly?
Yeah, that leadership skill.
The skill of being able to, train that little voice in your head to say, "I got this. I can do this," instead of, maybe wimping out or taking a different route or making an excuse for why you can't do something and putting a limitation on yourself.
That's right.
So, we help people train that voice to say, "I can and I will," and I will, and they do. And we have people every day who come out who are to some extent scared of heights. That's the one fear all human beings were born with, is the fear of heights.
Wow. Yeah.
And so we all have it. It's just a matter of some are able to overcome it versus others. So if we could master that skill to be able to, muster up the courage to get through the challenge and fear in our life, we can achieve our goals.
That's right. Yeah. We're born with this 2 million year old organ that's programmed to seek out the saber-toothed tiger, to seek out the threats in our life. So a lot of our psychology around life is kind of dictated around that. As a young adolescent, you might say, going up and talking to the girl at the party, that's a big one for a lot of kids growing up. So these ways of overcoming the fear and developing that confidence and having that confidence, it's going to help you tremendously, especially if you're in sales. If you're in sales, man, you got to be ready for that next no, because behind that next no is going to be your yes.
Yeah, for sure. And having that adventure, having the activity to really activate the team building and the philosophy behind becoming a better team and building trust and building relationships and culture. One of my strategic alliances is with Ethos RX, and they're a group that is all about strategic planning and creating a culture inside of a business that is positive and uplifting. And so having that ethos where you really value what people are saying and having an open path of communication in your company can be activated on an adventure course. And so that's what Empower and Ethos RX are putting together. Having that experience to where you learn about, communicating and relating in a positive and uplifting way, activated with an adventure makes a lot of sense.
I've been to Tony Robbins' UPW event, his business mastery event, and I signed up for his Date with Destiny. He does those 3 other courses. These are all like $10,000 courses to do. One of them is where you're on top. I saw the picture where you're on top of the big platform and they put something out here. You got to either reach out to it and grab it or hit the ball. And that's, that's something people are charging $10,000 for a Tony Robbins course to learn how to do these and to put these things. So it's all within your reach right here locally in Tampa Bay is my point. So we want you reaching out to Empower Adventures of Tampa Bay. Joe DeRing and his team, they do a great job over there. And we got an event coming up over there too, don't we?
Yeah, coming up in January.
Yeah, so we got an event coming up. We're going to take our team, our show partners are more than welcome to come. We're keeping it a nice, intimate group of our Platinum MVP team and also our show partners here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. So more from Joe coming up. We also have Connor Keller, Fred Muth, going to close out the show in our lightning round. So stay with us right here. Excellent content coming at you on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody. I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. Check us out online. We'd love for you to follow us, and so we can build a relationship with you online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, at Brandon Rhymes 1. We also have Facebook pages as well, Consumer Quarterback Show out there, and connect on LinkedIn as well. But this segment is brought to you by Curry Leaves Restaurant. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Curry Leaves Restaurant, Indian and Thai cuisine, right there in South Tampa, close to the West Shore Mall, kind of by that Kennedy West Shore intersection across from the Intercontinental Hotel. Curry Leaves Restaurant, excellent food, a little bit of spice and some flavor into your life. Kennedy Boulevard right there in South Tampa. Go say hello to Saji and the team. Let them know that the real estate quarterback sent you and take them up on special offers and incentives. They got a great brunch, lunch menu as well. There at Curry Leaves. Got a hot property that we're hosting an open house at 9303 Alice Lane in Riverview. Beautiful property, waterfront. Think about an acre on the river. 0.83 acres, almost a full acre on the river. 9303 Alice Lane. Beautiful home here. You got a mother-in-law suite. You got a pool in the back. Just think about the family, how happy the family's going to be there, enjoying that backyard, jumping on the boat, cruising out to the different islands out there. They got the beer can island, all those things. Beautiful property in Riverview. And I've got a beachfront beauty here. This one actually was on the American Dream television show, 1370 Gulf Boulevard, number 401, Clearwater Beach. This is my latest episode on the American Dream television show. We did a video walkthrough. So check it out on our Facebook pages, on YouTube. It's a beautiful Bella Rosa condo on Sand Key, $1 million property here. We just reduced it by like $21,000. So I think it's $1.12 million now. 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,200 square feet. Gorgeously updated property here right on the beach. You walk out and you have the beach as your backyard, tennis courts, pool, spa. And this is one of the best run condominiums on the beaches. So as you know, a big thing in real estate is what's the health of the HOA? How is the HOA healthy? Are they charging a high maintenance fees? Do they have adequate reserves? This one is one of the best ran in terms of your HOA fee. 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Every day we're telling you something positive here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and this one's a good one. A woman's reunited with a lost wedding ring, and it's a really interesting story. Amid a busy holiday shopping in Shreveport, Louisiana, 2 women say a small miracle happened in a parking lot. Shirley Ross stepped out of her vehicle on Wednesday in the parking lot of the JCPenney, and her heart stopped. She looked down and found a sparkling diamond ring on the ground. Ross thought of taking to the stores lost and found, but something said, nah, let's not do that. The diamond ring belonged to Shelly Wells, who said she took it off to put lotion on in her car. Forgetting she took it off, she went about shopping the day. Once realized it was missing, searched the parking lot to no avail. She turned to social media, as so many people do nowadays. So her post was shared more than 3,000 times, but the woman who found the ring doesn't have Facebook. Fortunately, her daughter put in a Facebook post about the missing ring. But here's where it gets real interesting. Years ago, Ross took off her wedding ring while in a parking lot. She, too, was putting lotion on her hands. There's a note for you. Be careful when you're putting lotion on your hands, right? Just like Wells, she got out of the car forgetting the ring was there. Ross never got her ring back, but feels the coincidences are too many and higher power must be in position for this. I just raised my hand in praise, and I thought, isn't this just a wonderful thing? Ross said. So she found her ring. She got her ring back. Pretty cool, right? So we always do a positivity segment for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as well as our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Connor Keller, Insect IQ.
I just leave you with one question. Tampa Bay, what's bugging you? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
You can call me. I'll come out and do a free inspection for you. Insect IQ, we've been in business for over 20 years in the Tampa Bay area. Of course, we're a family-owned and operated company. We have 2 graduates, University of Florida entomologists on staff, 3 certified operators. We do regular training. We really want to take care of you as one customer at a time. We're not this huge international company looking just to add another customer. I'd like to build a relationship with you and take care of your friends and family too.
I like that. InsectIQ.com, free consultations.
Correct.
Free consultations and checkups. All right, good stuff. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum.
If you're bidding out a project, it doesn't matter whether it's a screen enclosure, a pool, a roof, whatever it is, I suggest to ask a lot of questions. I enjoy the questions. Myself and the other representatives of Tampa Screen, we look forward to the questions because it is really our job to paint the picture of the project in a conversation. It's a challenge. But with the questions that are asked, we can paint the picture to the customer much quicker, much better, much easier.
Yeah.
My best jobs that go in are to the customers that have asked more questions that other companies may not appreciate because it takes their time. Keep it simple in sales is a cliche. Keep it simple in construction sales, I believe, is a mistake.
Yeah, definitely got to ask questions and be informed, and then know the questions not to ask. That's a good one too, right? Absolutely. What question am I forgetting to ask? Right?
Ooh, yes.
I ask people that a lot of times when
I will leave the job, upon the first meeting, and the customer will call me as I'm driving away.
Yeah.
With another question.
Yeah.
15 minutes later, I get another call. I say to myself, this is going to be a good project.
Yes.
Because there's nothing left unanswered or undesirable on the back end.
That's right. Yeah. And it's the clients, and I took a certified negotiation expert class, and it's the ones that don't ask the questions that you end up getting in trouble with.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Because they're quiet. And they're just not voicing their opinion. It's like an internal thing for them. But that's the one you can't help them as much because you don't understand where they're coming from.
Silence is deadly.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Joe DeRing, Empower Adventures.
Yeah, be different this holiday season. Come zipline with us over there in Oldsmar, right on the northern shore of Tampa Bay. 10-mile view from the top of the zipline course, over 3,000 feet of zipline cable, obstacle course, 200-foot suspended bridge, guided treks over this course, over Tampa Bay. Be different. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your corporate group, your team, your group of friends out. Be different. Come zipline with us.
And you have some type of gift certificate you may be able to buy for a nice stocking stuffer?
Yeah. We have a great deal going on now. $69 for the zipline adventure. It's 2.5 hours up on the zipline course. Our Leap of Faith, which you did over at that camp in Georgia. And then we also have Empower swag, a t-shirt, and the digital photos all go with it. It's 40% off for the holidays.
Wow.
ZiponTampaBay.com. You can also reach us in the office. 813-448-5635.
What's the website, Joe?
ZiponTampaBay.com.
ZiponTampaBay.com. Empowered Adventure. I mean, $69. That's a great deal.
For 2.5 hours up on the course overlooking Tampa Bay with your friends and family. It's a great adventure.
That's awesome. So kind of open this one up for discussion. Connor, we had talked about this. Trump wetlands rule rollback makes about 6 million acres of Florida unprotected. The EPA's own figures show the rollback of the Obama era administrations leave about 51% of the nation's wetlands unprotected. Florida has 12 million acres of wetlands, more than any other state but one. The other one is Alaska. So, of course, definitely night and day climates here. But, being in Florida, this is going to affect a lot of people, Connor.
It is. I read the article, and my one big problem on the second page, they talk about red tide, toxic algae bloom is fueled by pollution and storm runoff, which can be filtered and cleaned up by wetlands.
Yes.
That's misinformation. It's, what is it called? Fake news.
Right.
So there's a difference between red tide and green tide. Red tide is a naturally occurring phenomenon in our Gulf of Mexico. It's happened every year for hundreds and hundreds of years. It has nothing to do with pollution runoff or anything like that. It's naturally occurring bacteria levels that rise and fall in the Gulf of Mexico. Green tide is directly connected to humans, fertilizer runoff, pollution, big problem in Lake Okeechobee, a big problem with discharge into both rivers that run east and west. That ends up causes severe toxic algae blooms, fish kills. But there is a huge difference between the two.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point you brought up. I grew up in South Florida, small town called LaBelle. The next town over is the county seat of Hendry County. The next town over is Clewiston. In Clewiston and Belglade, you've got U.S. Sugar, one of the largest producers of sugar. So U.S. Sugar got a lot of flack for this thing. And I talked to a lot of people back home. They're like, man, it's not us. It's a lot of it coming from the north. Think about all the tomato farmers, all the strawberry farmers. So it's hard. On one hand, people say, oh, I want that luscious, beautiful salad with nice tomatoes and et cetera. On the other side. So it's such a balance. But this Trump wetlands rollback of 6 million acres, I would hate to see him building condos and stuff on these wetlands.
I agree. And at his heart, I preface this by saying I support our president, Donald Trump, and most things he does. I do not support this. If in fact this is real, that's my problem with this. There's so much misinformation out there And I'm not saying that the preface of the article is based in fact, but there's a lot of misinformation in this article.
Well, I contacted the gentleman that wrote it, Craig Pittman. I'm going to see about having him comment on the show. So that'll be interesting. So yeah, a little off topic than normal, but it goes right in line with what you're doing. You're a conservationist. I love Florida. I grew up hunting, fishing, and enjoying the outdoors.
I want that land to be there for my children,
exactly.
And their children. And there's so much land in Florida that's undevelopable. You know, it's the highlands that are attractive to build houses, and most of this property is wetland or areas that they're not going to build in anymore.
Yeah. Another great show today. Thanks so much, Connor Keller, Fred Muth, Joe DeRing. And thanks to all of our listeners and viewers out there. Please share it, like it, and share it. Let everyone know about it. We really appreciate it. Now, almost 6 years on air, delivering our message, being different, and empowering you as a consumer advocate. That's our number one goal. Check out our website, consumerqb.com. All of our expert contributors can help you save time and money when it comes to purchasing or making your different moves out there. Go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.